Okay, I think that even in a perfect world, even in a perfect society where we could trust everybody involved in this situation, even then, there are reasons to be skeptical about mRNA vaccines. I am skeptical about mRNA vaccines. You should be skeptical about mRNA vaccines. And really, even in a perfect world where you could trust every company, every public institution, where you could trust the news, you could trust the president, even in that society where truly everybody was well behaved and acting in the best interest of the human race, truly acting to improve our world and save everybody's life and all that stuff, even if you could trust everybody, even in that world, you should still be skeptical about mRNA technology. So, first of all, I have to talk about my credentials. I attended UC Davis. I got an undergrad degree from UC Davis in bioinformatics. For 4 years of my life, between 2011 and 2015, I did all the lectures, I went to all the lectures, I did all the classes, I passed all the classes, I studied all the things, read all the stuff, understood the concepts well enough to get a degree, an undergrad degree in bioinformatics, which is the study of genetics using computers. So I studied microbiology, genetics, and computer science, mainly, for 4 years. So, now that I've talked about that, let me talk about credentialism a little bit, and why credentials don't really mean a whole lot, or they don't really mean... The credential that I have received from UC Davis, this degree, does not measure my ability to distinguish truth from non-truth. I want to make that clear. The credential does not measure your ability to distinguish truth from non-truth. So I'm not saying that's why what I'm saying is true. I'm saying that this is the world I'm coming from. I worked in a plant biotech lab for 1.5 years. I have been in the private sector of this world. And again, it's not directly the same world, but there's a lot of overlapping concepts. mRNA. So this is kind of what I'm getting at in this video, is that the technology that we are now wielding, this mRNA technology, first of all, it's not primarily for vaccines, right? So I want to say another thing here, is that I, even as an mRNA vaccine skeptic right now, fully expect to receive an mRNA injection at some point in my life. Even though I haven't received one yet, I fully expect I will receive an mRNA an mRNA injection at some point in my life. We might be seeing some of this tornado weather getting closer here. Maybe I should hurry up. I hope the wind doesn't pick up on audio too much. So yeah, given, what I'm saying here is I'm coming at this from a position of non-ignorance, hopefully. I have some understanding of microbiology. I have some understanding of genetics. It's been a few years since I worked or studied this. I've been working in a different field since then. But there are certain conclusions you can come to just through understanding some basic concepts that I just want to walk you through right now and try and convince you why you should be skeptical of this. Even in a perfect society where we could trust all the incentives and everybody's telling the truth, you should still be skeptical. So, what is mRNA, right? Why do we call this an mRNA vaccine? Maybe I should start with that. I mean, if you think about the genome as a book, if DNA is a book, right? Everybody knows that you have a little genome in all of your cells in your body. You got 1 trillion cells, so you got 1 trillion copies of your genome. If that is the book, then mRNA is the piece of scrap paper that is used to take information from your DNA, put it into a spot, get it out of the nucleus, really, to a different spot in the cell, and then get that converted into a protein. So really fast, protein, anything that your DNA converts into proteins, right? So we have this idea of protein, like if you eat a steak, you're eating protein, and if you eat something else, you're not. Protein, on a biological definition, is really just something that a gene encodes for, right? So your DNA gets turned into mRNA, which gets turned into a sequence of amino acids, which then fold together into a protein. So everything that your body is, everything that came from your DNA, which is your entire body, or at least your mom's DNA, you know, because you gestated in the womb, right? So everything that your body is came from something that your DNA produced, or from something you consumed, or from something your mother consumed while you were being gestated in her womb, right? So everything in your body is either a protein that came from a gene, or it's something you consumed, or it's something that you consumed that was turned into something by the protein that was encoded by a gene, right? So part of the reason I got into this field, part of the reason that I found bioinformatics so interesting, is because truly, this is the machinery, this is the mechanism that sits at the core of all living things. The same part of my body, the part of my body that I have in common with Dusty here, and the part of my body that I have in common with that tree, that's the part that we're manipulating here with this technology. That's what we're poking around in. This mRNA technology is taking advantage of a process that has existed for billions of years, and it is really starting to rain. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I should have checked the weather before I left. Whoops. Wow. So anyway, holy crap. This must be from that tornado that's nearby. They must be related. Dusty! Dusty! Oh, Dusty's freaking out. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this. You should be a vaccine skeptic. I mean, you should be an mRNA vaccine skeptic. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I can keep going. Dusty! Where did my cat go? Oh, fuck. Okay, I should probably stop this video. I'll see you later.